the Memphis Showboats. I like the brand. I like the colors. They're along the Mississippi River, kind of, sort of. So the Showboats is pretty cool. It's unique. We haven't seen anything like that. But they're coached by John DeFilippo.
Yes, sir.
I can't say that name very well. Too many I's, P's, and O's, but it's all right. He most recently coached the New Orleans Breakers in the USFL, got this Memphis Showboats job this year. He spent time with the Bears as a quarterback coach and a passing game coordinator, so he's got some good experience in the NFL, but that was with Matt Nagy. Not the best situation there, but also didn't have a very talented quarterback, so we'll see where they're at. But overall, some pros. There's no pro team in Memphis, so this is an awesome opportunity for this football to grow. I know they host the Liberty Bowl in Memphis each year, so football is accustomed to Memphis. There's a history for it. They've had an XFL team. They've had an AAF team, the Alliance of American Football. That's a throwback. And they also had a USFL team. So there's a history of football in Memphis, and I think it's looking forward here with the Showboats. They kind of have the underdog mentality too. They didn't have the best of seasons in the past, so this underdog mentality could kind of be big for the Showboats. It's kind of a scrappy city overall, so I think that underdog mentality is something that could be fun to jump on with the Showboats. But some cons overall, they had the lowest points for in their division last year. So their offense just really isn't there. They're currently ranked 5th in the power rankings. I don't know how I feel about that. Could be slightly inflated because we really haven't seen these teams play. There's a lot of questions overall about these teams, so I don't really know how much I trust it. But 5th in the power rankings out of 8, that's lower half, and that can go either way with teams getting hot, teams getting cold. So I don't see them in the top 4. Definitely 5 would be pushing their limits a little bit. And then once again, Memphis, Tennessee, I've never been there, but from what I've heard, maybe they care about their football. I know there's a history of it, but there's still a lot up in the air. It's not a huge market, but maybe they can get people there just by having a team, having a consistency of it for years, and that can maybe start a good fan base similar to St. Louis. So,
yeah, they got a lot of catching up to do if they're going to try to catch up to. Due to the Battlehawks or the Defenders, but they're a premier spring league market. I mean, they just keep getting teams, and hopefully they can get fans out there this year for the first time. So that would be awesome. Their quarterback position is not going to be another iffy one. They're looking at not exactly having the most talented roster. I mean, we could certainly be surprised with how things turn out, but they're only returning 2 all USFL players to their roster. Jaron Jones, a tackle. He's a Notre Dame guy, so obviously he's going to be a pretty good offensive lineman. We know how Notre Dame produces those guys. And DJ Daniel, a corner from who played his college ball at Georgia, he'll be returning and playing for them. Now they are returning a quarterback who was fairly successful last year. Case Cokus was 2nd in the USFL in passing. He played for the Philadelphia Stars. He was not the Showboats quarterback a year ago. That was Cole Kelly, who will be returning to this roster. But we would expect that I would expect Case Cokus to win this. He's got a lengthier NFL career, bouncing around from the Giants, the Broncos, the Vikings, the Raiders. He even played a year in the CFL with the Elks, and then he jumped to the Stars last year, where he played extremely well. Became 2nd in the league in passing there, and now he's going to be sitting on the Showboats roster. So there will certainly be a competition because Cole played for this team last year, and we can see a 2 quarterback system that a lot of leagues kind of head that way. But then they've got two big names on their roster. Vinny Papale, son of Vince Papale. So if you've ever seen the movie Invincible, this is his son. He will be playing for the Showboats this year. He's been a decorated spring league player himself. And then Alex Lindstrom, brother of NFL All-Pro, currently the best guard in the National Football League, Chris Lindstrom, is playing on this team. So hopefully Alex can add some stability to that offensive line, because if you get a pretty solid interior offensive lineman combined with that with an all USFL tackle, and then you would assume that hopefully they can get at least 1 or 2 good more players on that roster. You protect your quarterback, and you got to, if you have a productive quarterback, you're going to be in a spot where you'll at least be in a situation where you can score points, and you score points, you're obviously going to be in a spot where you can win a game. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this team fares. They're not going to be my pick to win this league, but they'll have a shot.
Absolutely. It's it. And that's the beauty of spring football. Things can go either way. It's going to be fun to watch.
We truly had not that much of an idea.
Right. But it's fun to speculate. We can look at some players and some talent and kind of make an educated guess. But once again, lots up in the air. Once you get them on the turf, it's a whole different ball game. So
for sure. And most of these guys haven't gotten a chance to play meaningful professional football. This is their first opportunity to do so. So we can see the guys that have had success or had success in other leagues, but then there's going to be so many guys that this is their first opportunity. They're guys that don't expect to get drafted, so they hop into this league. They're guys that didn't get drafted last year, spent a year training with these guys. Like, there's so much unknown to this league, and that's what makes it so exciting.